Now let's go ahead and teach class 1 for a few minutes. I always like to come up, click on instruction, and review the available lesson plan. I'm going to go ahead and choose an understand task. Let's try this one. So for this is a second grade classroom, I've been told in the instructions. I'm telling them that the directions for what we're going to do in this next activity are on the whiteboard, so independently read these to yourself. Now let's assign this to the whole class. Let's come and check on Lauren. Yes, Lauren. Okay, it's not surprising when you hear comments like this from students. There are a couple of kids in this class that are very bright, and they're very difficult to keep engaged. Lauren prefers a kinesthetic modality, and so she really likes it when we're doing things. And right now, this is a pretty one-dimensional activity. I'm saying instructions are on the board, read it on your own, let me know if you have any questions. And not surprisingly, she finished that really quickly. So, but that's okay. This is one of those things where this is what I would like to see if these students are able to do. And I can see that I've got a little bit of struggle with a couple of them. I'm going to say something to Dolores because I see that she's not making any progress. And I'm just going to ask Dolores, do you have any questions? Because she's not asking me anything or saying anything like Lauren did. So let's kind of prompt her a little bit. Okay. I'm curious how she's doing with this particular task. So I'm going to look at her progress. Okay, and I can see that she's dipped down below the level of the class. Her behavior's not bad. She's just a little bit slumpy in her seat. This was a red exclamation mark, and now it's not. That means that she is rising to the level of expectation for this task, so she may just need a little bit more time. In other circumstances, I might go back and I might go ahead and check on this particular student. I might check on Blaine. I might come back and I might check on Destin. The more that you work with these students, you really begin to know their personalities and know their names. And you'll always have a chance to teach simSchool students more than one time. So let's move them on to something else. Okay, let's see what they do with this. So I'm going to write a correct solution to a problem on the board and ask them to make changes on their own paper. Okay, so I got a pretty dramatic pop-up on a couple of them. This little guy, Lee. So Lee's really bright, but he's also really shy and quiet. So he's that kid that won't complain. He'll just kind of suffer in silence. Okay, I guess. All right. Did you see how that just happened, how he just popped back up again? There are those personalities of students where just giving them that reinforcement that you notice them is all they need to get back re-engaged. And look at that. It looked like that's all that Lee needed, so that's really encouraging. Dolores is my concern right now, and she's done. She's done, but she's not happy. So let's ask Lauren if she would like a little bit of a break. I'm calling her Lauren, she's Dolores. That's terrible. Right, Dolores. Yes, she's getting tired of this. Okay, that's good to know. So I've now had them on 2 tasks for maybe a little longer than they needed to. So other than Dolores being a little frustrated with that, everybody else is pretty good. And I might want to come back and just concentrate on Dolores. You know, what might I be able to do to improve her behavioral response, her emotional state, so that she's sitting up and she's just as satisfied and engaged as these other kids, because I had a lot of really happy faces. So that's just a glimpse for you in a little under 10 minutes of how I approach teaching a class. And you'll find that you approach it in your own very individual way. And when you teach this class, you'll get different responses because you'll do things at different times. Your sequencing will be a little bit different. And so you'll have some of those same aha moments that I did when I was teaching the students. So enjoy, have fun. Don't worry if it feels stressful. And remember that you can always click restart and go back to the beginning if you need to. Have fun.